Okay, race number 10. Let's get on with the starters list for this one. It's over the 1,000 metres and a Class 3 Better Future 1,000 metre handicap. It is Smoky Bear at the top of the book, has the hood on and makes his Sha Tin debut. Cruising is a scratching. Goodview Clarico, he carries £3 less than his last start, 5th behind Joyful Fortune. Metro Warriors only missed the top 4 twice in 9 1,000 metre starts. Ian raced under the same name for John Tom in Australia. He was a 3-time winner prior to arriving. He's had 4 trials at Chungfa and some injury issues as well. Quadruple doubles placed 4 from 5 over the 1,000. Embarked as on debut off seconds at Leicester and Kempton. Seven Heavens, a winner track and distance 2 starts ago. Class 3 debut for United with Stand, and the 13 Sparkling Night has the blinkers on for the first time. The speed map for the last, Tom, there they are.
Yes, and there's a lot of speed in this last race as well, Mark, down the straight. Joyful Fortune will be forward. Metro Warriors normally always there. And United We Stand's got a profile that is of a horse that likes to race up on the speed as well. Next one, you've got Quadruple Double. Now, he's got pace to lead over 1,200 metres, and he's certainly an influence in the race as well. But I think the top 3, Paul, will be there. United We Stand, Metro Warrior with Joyful Fortune.
Yeah, I agree. And look, Seven Heavens last time, he was sort of bumped at the start and he threaded his way through and he managed to hit the line strongly as well. Seven Heavens winning last time he was over 1,000. So it'll be interesting to see where he ends up, whether he's maybe a little bit sort of back in midfield there or not. But look, I agree. I think United We Stand will definitely be pressing it out wide there.
And the 2 newcomers likely be midfield or worse, Ian and also Embarked from the Casper Found stable.
One horse in that speed map, and every time he races over 1,000 metres at Sha Tin that is always prominent is Metro Warrior. He'll be partnered by Zach Purton.
Zach, Metro Warrior going around in race 10, a horse you've had a bit of an association with for David Hayes. You've won on him before, but he's certainly a serial place getter. How have you rated his recent runs?
I think he's been running really well. The horse looks great. He's been honest. He's certainly giving himself a chance to win races, but he just keeps finding one better than him, and one that's probably rated well against him as well. So, you know, I'm certainly not going to knock him, but it'd be nice to see him win another race. He's certainly drawn the right gate, and he likes a straight track. He's going well, so there's a few positives there for him.
You raced next to the winner last time out, to Joyful Fortune up on the speed. Is he one of those horses that just sort of needs to be saved up for that one sprint at them late? He doesn't really like getting his head in front. That's a problem. I thought I had the leader and the winner covered, but the more I asked him, the less he gave me. And you know, to be fair, the winner probably just kept kicking as well, so it made it a little bit harder for him. But even in the times I've won on him, he's travelled up really nicely, and when I've let him go, he doesn't give a lot. He doesn't like to run away from the other horses, so we've got to try and convince him to do that. You're obviously better off at the weights this time round with Joyful Fortune, who you meet here again. He's been consistent enough, but I guess inheriting those rating points with the extra weight as a cost of consistency probably doesn't help either.
No, it doesn't. You continually go up in the ratings and the handicap, you know, for being consistent, and sometimes that becomes a bit of a problem within itself. But I still think at his rating, he's on a mark where he can win again, and you know, hopefully it's going to be this time.
And we can analyse that race right from the start now, because this is at the top of the 1,000 metre chute, the same distance they run over on Thursday afternoon. So we've got the winner, that's Joyful Fortune, starting from barrier number 8. The horse that Zach rode, Metro Warrior, he's in gate number 3. Flying High, a much improved performance from him in this race. He ran 4th. Goodview Clarico is in barrier number 4. And we've got Sparkling Night in barrier number 6. So this is how they jump away, Tom, from the 1,000 metre gates. And interesting hearing Zach talk to you out at track work, saying that he didn't really want to run past the winner. Then we've seen in track work that he's beaten fast at Lively and Work to try and give him some extra confidence.
Yeah, he certainly has. And look, he's got good enough gate speed here. He's been able to get up outside to Joyful Fortune, and they've matched motors here in these opening stages. And I honestly thought, Paul, at the last 75 metres or so, he had Joyful Fortune in a bit of trouble. We just heard there from Zach before. Doesn't like to get his head in front, but I think he can this time round.
Well, he's had 4 seconds, just a 1 win, so that probably tells a little bit of a story. Now, he has run up against some pretty good horses. Look, I thought Joyful Fortune, he hasn't been with the new stable for long. He seems to be going well. And look, I thought he could beat him again. I know there's a 5 pound swing this time, but these two horses came clear and it was a good run from both. But look, as you say, he had his opportunity, Metro Warrior, there, and I don't think 5 pounds would have made any difference.
I don't think we're totally back to seeing Joyful Fortune at what he was when he looked like early on in his career, when he looked like he could have been anything. I don't think we're still seeing that horse just yet.
That was his first run in 3 months too, Joyful Fortune, so we'll find out if he has come on from that with the swing in the weights favouring Metro Warrior. United We Stand, Paul. Now, this is down in grade last time. He's a bit of a 1,000 metre specialist. What about stepping up to Class 3?
I think he can. Look, and he comes in with this light weight as well. He's got the claim from Alfred Chan as well. The horse loves it down the straight 1,000. He's a 3-time winner down it. He has to. You're right. He has to get up into Class 3. But with the light weight, he's going to get his opportunity, I thought.
I threw him in. I just questioned the opposition he beat here. You can only beat who you light up against. He's beating home Corianthus there, Breeze of Spring, who's threatened a few times and whatnot. But I don't think he comes out of the strongest race ever, does United We Stand.
Now, this is 2 starts ago for Seven Heavens. Prior to this race, when he was late scratching, he went through the outside rail out there. He then bounced back, Tom, and took no ill effects from it, and it was too good. Now, he doesn't win out of turn, and he's also had a start in the all-weather since. Yeah,
and I don't think he enjoyed the all-weather totally that time round. It was wet, slow, and he was wide down the side, a little bit one-paced, I thought, over the final stages. But I think you've probably got to take him on his 1,000-metre form, this run particular. And before he did go through the outside rail, there was a lot of market support for him that day, and there was market confidence with him, Paul. So probably one you can't really leave out.
No, I left him. I put him in on a minor line. Obviously, this is a lot harder, but you're right. This is his go.
Here's Ian, who's been here for quite some time, Paul. He's had some injury issues, thus it's been 18 months since he's been in Hong Kong prior to making his debut. This was his trial at Chung Fa recently. The other first starter is a UK bred called Embarked, who is with Casper Founds. Have either of these taken your fancy on what you've seen from them at the trials?
No, okay. Neither one at all. Ian, 1258 pounds. He's had the 4 trials, and the other one Embarked as well. He's only had the 2 trials. He's 1,062 with a hood on. Look, I haven't seen enough from either one at this stage.
No, certainly not Embarked. And Ian here is up on the speed in this trial. He seemed to travel okay. He's had a pelvis injury, right pelvis, and also left pelvis issues for him. You see, he was just okay there, being shoved along a little bit over on the inside. Not a lot of pressure in those Chung Fa trials, more like jump outs. So hard to get a line on them sometimes, but I'm happy just to watch.
2 of his wins in Australia, 2 were on the synthetic, so he might be worth following if he gets into the all-weather here. That is Ian, who won 3 of his first 4 starts. Your selections, Paul, sounds like you're a Joyful Fortune man over Metro Warrior.
Yeah, no, I've got United We Stand in between them. I just wonder if Metro Warrior, I think he's had his opportunities. He'll run a good race, I'm not, no doubt whatsoever, but I just wonder if the Joyful Fortune and United We Stand just really want to win. So 7, 11, then the 4 Metro Warrior and the 9, Seven Heavens. 7, 11, 4 and 9.
To take Metro Warrior here, I thought he looked like he had Joyful Fortune in a little bit of trouble last time out. So he's on top, number 4, over 7 Joyful Fortune. United We Stand, course and distance has to go in, but I think maybe a little bit questionable the form out of that race with Corianthus running second. And Good View Clarico now, he's a horse that's a 2-time winner down the straight. I think he's suited to here. His last win came off 72, he's marked 75. He only beat a couple of rivals home in that race last time out. So 4, 7, 11 and 3.
Good View Clarico, 1 of 2 in the race for trainer Dennis Yip.